Sorry, it's been a while since I talked about my book, Dreams in the Sand. I introduced Rubiana and her mom and dad and little sister. And then I introduced Birdie. Now, in chapter 4, you're going to meet a few of the other characters that come into play. Chapter 4, Live Oaks Trailer Park. Jimmy Dale Cooper has been the manager of Live Oaks Trailer Park since before his hairline started a swift retreat to the backside of his head. Some jokingly say it was the trailer park that worried his hair slam off the top of his head. In all honesty, it was just heredity that did it. He was a few months shy of his 40th trip around the sun, and all he had to show for it was 2 ex-wives, 3 ungrateful kids, and a rapidly declining double wide. Thanks to trailer park gossip, some folks suspected Dee Dee McClendon's youngest child was his very own flesh and blood, but neither of the two would admit it. Marjorie Overstreet, the park secretary, figured it out when all of a sudden Dee Dee, the mother of 7 kids, stopped paying the monthly lot rental fee. Dee Dee, lot 42, has not paid her fee going on 2 months now. You want me to go ahead and send another done notice? Marjorie asked her boss. No, that's okay, Jimmy Dale answered. Jimmy Dale fidgeted at his shirt and straightened the tuck inside his breeches. It was a nervous habit he had. Then he grabbed the little notebook he totes with him while making rounds through the park, and he walked out the door without another word. Marjorie stopped pestering him about it after a few months. His weekly rounds usually consisted of drinking coffee with Elbert and Llewellyn Thomas. The elderly veteran and his wife of 52 years spent most of their days sitting on the porch he built with his own hands. Built this thing with my own 2 hands, he always started any conversation off when he had visitors. Then he would strike the tip of his walking cane across the handrails to prove its sound structure. Yep, that last hurricane didn't even budge it. This was usually followed with him talking about the war or whatever problems the government was having. No matter what time of day the park manager made rounds, Llewellyn always seemed to have a fresh pot of coffee on the stove. Sometimes even a warm pound cake she had just pulled out of the oven, too. Elbert preferred his coffee made in an old-fashioned percolator. None of those fancy gadgets for him. It was the very reason Llewellyn was not able to get a microwave like all the other housewives did. He was convinced it would give them cancer. "Come on up and sit a spell," Elbert would holler if someone was walking by. "Overlook this crap she has put on my porch," he would say every time. "She keeps girlying up this place with all these baskets," Elbert complained every time someone stopped by. Truth be known, it was his way of bragging about his wife. All it took was one of the ladies down at the church to take an interest in macrame, and soon it was the latest fad. So far, she had mastered the art of the baskets of all shapes and sizes, but the hanging baskets appeared to be her favorite. "Jimmy Dale," she yelled from inside the screen door, "I pulled a lemon pound cake out of the oven a few minutes ago. You got time for coffee?" No matter what was going on, the park manager always did have time for them. He was good at keeping park secrets close to his heart. Margie was an entirely different story, though. Some of them was just too much for her to hold in. While most everyone loved Jimmy Dale, from time to time a squabble would arise between the neighbors, and he would have to step in, usually resulting in someone keying his car or throwing raw eggs at his trailer. When it came time to arranging the families within the park, he always kept in mind to place folks with similar interests together. He tried his best to keep the college students away from the elderly, and he always tried to place the parents with kids near the playground. To date, the hardest renters to place were Claude and Gertrude Thibodeau. Claude loved cooking chitlins. It was the very reason no one wanted them as neighbors. To be such good people, bless their hearts, they were moved 3 times at the park's expense before Jimmie Dale stumbled upon the fact that old man Townsend had lost his sense of smell. They've been neighbors ever since. I hope y'all like these readings. Let me know if you don't. It's kind of helping me get my creative juices flowing again. Kind of got some ideas. Now keep in mind, I've already written the book in my head. It's just sitting down and typing it out on the paper. All right, chapter 4 in the wraps. What y'all think? Talk to you later.